Thing I'm saying. You're probably trying to figure out the waiting on you. Is she in there?
Absolutely not.
I
All
know
right.
what she did. Hold on.
Well, we live right now. Shout out to the real. Shout out to
Shout out
the
to
fake.
the fake.
Shout out to that nosy. You better stay in your place. Get in line. Punk Note 82.
Yes,
He
sir.
dropped the new album. And let me tell you, I got to listen to a few tracks. And man, I uncovered some jewels, man. This is something that I didn't even expect you to be that nice. Man, yo, just from looking, I was like, oh, all right. But man,
Yeah.
busy, man. You get busy and you deserve a whole lot more shine than you getting. So let's talk about it. Introduce yourself, my brother.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Notes82. I am an artist born out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna say I'm a conscious rapper because I don't like to say that word conscious because people want to put you in a box, but I'm gonna say I'm a lyrical rapper. And I love the culture of hip hop, man. So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm an average guy that just likes to rap, man. I like the culture of music. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell, man. Just I love music, man. Seriously.
So let me ask you, man,
hmm
how long you been rapping?
So I'm gonna say, well, I know the business side of it for 5 years, but then it's been longer than that. So rapping has been for me probably
Life.
like, yeah, it's probably like my whole life. I mean, I really started rapping probably at like 19. So once I got out of high school, like 17, 18, so 19 years old, where I really kind of took it serious. And then these last 5 years, 6 years have been learning the business part, BMIs, your distribution, getting paid off publishing and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it's been my whole life. I'm gonna say that.
So growing up in Brooklyn, man, what schools did you go to?
So I'm from East New York. So I went to PS 306 as a youngin. Then Gershwin was IS 166, which is right across the street from where I lived at in East New York. And Paul Robeson, right in the heart of Bed-Stuy, Albany Projects over there. I went there. Um and graduated from Paul Robeson High School.
Shout out to the real. So
Mhm.
did you grow up with anybody else that became rappers?
Um, no. Well, I'm not gonna even say that. So I'm gonna say this. So some of the youngins in my hood that kind of watched me as I was rapping and stuff like that coming up, they kind of got connected to the music and just we're just now connecting with the music now. Like Jerry G, I don't know if you follow me, my new video that dropped 99 views. It featured one of the guys that I kind of watched him grow up. And I didn't even think he was gonna be a rapper, to be honest with you. And he kind of flourished into a rapper. Was a good ball player. I guess that didn't work out, but then as a lyricist, he's dope, man. He's super dope. So I know a lot of people, but most people that I came up with rapping, they kind of, not saying they don't still got it, but they kind of was like, I kind of don't want to do the rapping thing no more. Me, I'm just in love with the culture, man. So I'm gonna consistently do this until the casket drops, man.
And you know what? That's when we talk about hip hop, like I used
hmm
to rap, and you know what I'm saying, and that's what a lot of people get discouraged trying to get in the game.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
fall out of love with it, and
Yep.
but hip hop culture, that's our lives.
Yeah.
So we talk about loving hip hop and loving what you're doing.
hmm
That's a beautiful thing, man. That's a beautiful thing. When you talk about the lyrics, and
hmm
you do have a lot of lyrics, man. It sounds good. Doesn't sound old. It doesn't sound none of that. It sounds
Yeah.
really good, man. I was refreshed, man. I was like, God damn. And I'm a fan of yours right now, and I got to listen to a lot more tracks, my nigga.
I appreciate that. Yep.
Because you get busy, you get spinning your whole. Let's talk about no justice, no peace.
Ooh. So
I'm
no
about to
justice.
introduce that to my people. As soon as I wake up in the morning, that's gonna be the first thing I post to my whoever's following me, whoever's watching me. I'm gonna post that, and then we go keep promoting it like that.
Yep. Yep. So no justice, no peace. I mean, uh, I don't really like to talk about 2020, but I'm gonna do it, right? Like, so my album that came out, Watch the View, right? No Justice, No Peace was the first single off of that album. And it was fresh. It was fresh, probably like 3 months after the pandemic hits. We still was inside. And I created a song that I felt like, so I've seen our brothers and sisters go through police brutality and stuff like that, right? But I've never been subjected to it myself. Like I've seen it where I came from in the hood, and I've seen a couple of friends, get into it with cops, and cops kind of just like, not abiding by the rules that they're supposed to abide by. And I just wanted to make a song where I was telling it from my point of view and how I seen it. And then the crazy part about that song is it was fresh when it happened. Rest in peace to George Floyd, but it happened right in that time. And people say, "You made that for him," and I'm like, "No." I'm like, but that song can kind of hit for that. But it was more or less about me speaking how I seen police brutality, and I just felt like it just needed to be a stop to, and I felt like we needed to say something. We needed a voice, so I felt like I was that voice in that time. And No Justice, No Peace became probably one of my songs that everybody, every time they talk Notes 82, that's what they bring up. No Justice, No Peace. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
That the beat, everything, that shit knocks. That shit knocks. It knocks on a,
Yeah.
it knocks on that level. It ain't even on no, let me think and let me sit down. It knocks.
Yeah.
It really knocks. It really knocks. So let's talk about this. So when you talk about the rap game, you talk about the business. How do you feel about the business of hip hop? How's it been for you?
So for me, it's been a learning experience, but I think now I'm a little bit more polished than I was when I first kind of got in, because sometimes people just think it's just, oh, I'm just gonna rap, just gonna rap, just gonna rap. And it's kind of like, that's cool, but you have to learn the business part of it, right? So for me, I've been fortunate to meet a lot of artists that have helped me when it comes to the business of it, far as the Sound Trust, far as if it's DistroKid, far as if it's like distribution from Rock Nation or whatever, or BMI or ASCAP. I learned a lot from my peers. A lot of my peers who are real, the real, like you said, I like y'all say this here, the real, the ones that are real, that have shown me the game, and wasn't kind of like stingy with showing me the game, So I'm definitely on point when it comes to that stuff and doing what I have to do and recouping the stuff I have to recoup. But I tell people this, I do have all of that, but it's not about the money for me. It's always going to be about the love, man. Always.
Always about the love. And listen, we don't just shout out the real.
Yeah.
We shout out the fake too.
You shout out the fake too. Hey,
listen,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's a lot of fake shit going on, and we got to shout them out too, because we appreciate them too, man.
Yes, sir.
Fake friends, fake love, fake everything. It's all a part of what goes on today.
Yes,
I wish
sir.
it wasn't, but that's why I shout them out too, man. Shout out to you motherfuckers too. Excuse my language.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is the casting crew. This is Naughty the Body. This
Nice
is
to meet you.
Saga.
How you doing?
Talking NOTES82. If you got any questions for him, you can ask some random questions. I know we late to the party, but let's get it started.
Yes,
ladies
sir.
ladies first, as usual.
Naughty gonna freeze up, man.
So who would you say today as an artist would you say like it is a good influence for hip hop? Like who do you listen to? Like who's in your top 5 today, if you have one?
I'm going to say top 5, right? And I'm going to say currently now, because sometimes we kind of get caught up with, when you say, like, MJ always calls me Mr. New York, right? So we get caught up in the whole New York thing, right? But I'm eclectic. I like that word eclectic, where I'm just kind of all over the place when it comes to music. So
awesome.
People I definitely would shout out, and I know people have their reservations about this guy, and I'm a big fan of J. Cole's. I don't like the I get the apology, but J. Cole,
for sure.
I'm gonna say a wild card. So Tyler the Creator, he just created he just put out a masterpiece of an album. But Tyler the Creator, I love Kendrick. I do love Kendrick.
Okay.
That's 3. I'm gonna bring back an old person. I like that he ain't gonna say an old person because you're still young at heart. But Ghostface, I like what he did far as that album that he brought back out. And then I'm gonna say myself. I'm gonna say myself in that 5th slot.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's up, Chad? You got something?
Any producers you like to work with?
Oh man, I got a slew of those, man. Rest in peace to the great Dilla. I love Dilla, man. I think Dilla would be Notes 82 and Dilla would be a dope EP, dope single. So Dilla, obviously Kanye. I'm a big Kanye fan. When it comes to the production, Timbaland, Dr. Dre, definitely. I'm a East Coast guy, but I love West Coast sounds, man. I just love it. So Dr. Dre, I would definitely have to have Dr. Dre sign a contract though, because we're not gonna hold music. We don't do that over here. I don't like doing that. We're not gonna do that. I'm not holding music hostage. And then I'm gonna say Pharrell. I'm gonna give Pharrell in that fifth slot.
Okay.
Right now, Pharrell, without Chad.
Well, we could do Chad. We could do Chad too. We could add Chad in there. I ain't got no problem with that. We could add the Neptunes. I don't have a problem with that.
What about collabs on the rap tip?
Collabs on the rap tip. Woof.
Ooh.
Well, here's the thing, man. I'm always gonna put my GOAT. So my GOAT is Nas from Queensbridge. So I'm gonna always say Nas is gonna be definitely on my list. I'm a Brooklyn dude, man. So rest in peace to the King of New York, Biggie Smalls. We can also consider him the king too, Jay-Z. So I'm New York biased when it comes to this stuff. I would, you know what? I would like to do something with Tyler the Creator. I definitely would. I think it would be something different, and it'll put me in a different type of pocket. If that makes sense, you know, because if you listen to No Justice, No Peace, Tyler Creator's not making a song of No Justice, No Peace. He's just not going to do that type of song. So, him, and then, I'll get some R&B. I ain't do no R&B. I'm throwing rappers in there. So, let me see, R&B. I would like to do something with Babyface. I think that would be dope.
Well,
I think Babyface is that's kind of like one of those kind of like fan moments that I want to, you know, kind of do a song with Babyface. What's the guy? August is his name? August London?
August Alsina?
Yeah, August Alsina. Well, not him. What's this guy's name? The one that Snoop signed. Oh my God. He sounds like Marvin Gaye. I forgot his name. I always forget his name.
Oh.
I forgot this guy's name.
Weekend?
Huh?
Nah, Snoop ain't signed the Weekend. Oh, you talking about Charlie? Nah, yes, he's too old.
No. What's his name, man? London. Oh my God.
On track?
No. He's a singer though. He sounds like Marvin Gaye though. I just can't remember his name. But anyway, I'm not gonna sit here and think too long. So anyway, so he's out of the question then. So we'll add somebody else in there. I'm gonna go Usher. I'll go with Usher.
Okay.
And I think Jill Scott would be something dope with No
October Lion, that's his name. October something.
October London, that's his name. October London.
Yeah.
Shout out to the real. See that?
Yep.
I wasn't there. I wasn't with it. Y'all didn't get it. Shout out to the real. So let's talk about hip hop. When you talk about what's your process of writing? Do you write it down? Do you go on the booth and spit?
Which can lead into leads into what my name means. So Notes 82. Before I used to be called Notes, right? But copyright stuff and all this other stuff, people call themselves Notes. They put a Z, they put a E, whatever, right? So when I was smaller, I used to walk around with notebooks, right? And my brother used to call me the Notebook. Well, we know the movie back in the day. I'm born in the 80s, so you know that story of
Classic.
The Notebook. Yeah, classic. But I don't want to be kind of connected with the Notebook, you know? So so what I did was one of my homeboys, and I call him Be Ready because he's always ready for something. He was like, yo, we gonna shorten your name and just call you Notes. So for me, I would write on anything. I walked around with notebooks, but I would write on paper bag. If we went to the corner store and I got quarter water chips, some Nollies, and I had a bag, if I had an idea, I would write it on the bag, you know? Or because remember back then, now you put it in your phone. Back then, you couldn't type none of that stuff into your phone and stuff like that. So if you had an idea or you didn't have no paper bag or anything, I had to keep it up here as mental notes, you know? So my writing process is life. I live it every day, right? So for me, if it's something that it could be a word, I'll write it down and just be like, okay, I'm gonna make a song about content or make a song about butterflies or something that just inspires me, because every day I walk out this door, I give all praise to the Most High. And I just think for me, it's just motivation. So my writing process is every day. I write every single day, no matter what. No matter what, I could be at work and I get an idea in my head and I just let me write this down real quick and do that. So that's my process. It's just life. Life is always my process of writing.
Shout out to the real. So we talked about the Notebook. You know what I'm saying? So what's your love life looking like?
Well, I'm married, man. So I've been married for the last 16 years and I have 3 beautiful kids. Yep. So I got 2 boys and a girl, man. So yeah, man, I'm enjoying life, man.
That's good. That's even. You don't need one. You don't need one.
Yeah.
She gonna take care of you. So
yep.
I mean, are they young? Are they older? Some older?
So my son is 16. My second oldest is 8, and my last, she's 4.
How long you and your wife been together?
We've been together. So I said we've been married 16 years. We've been together for almost 20 years.
20 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how do you manage marriage, hip hop work? How do you manage all that, man? You got to give some advice to people like me and Chad. Chad's married. He needs advice too because he's hot.
I just think I think for me, man, it's just a balance. It's just like a marriage. It's just a balance. You know, trying to make her understand. Because when I first started, it kind of was like, I don't understand it. These long nights, you're gonna be doing this. So for me, it's just kind of just sitting down and just having that understanding and saying, hey, this is what I want to do. And my thing is, I'm going to back her dreams as well. So I don't even consider hip hop or the rap business to me a dream anymore. It's something that I do, right? So for me, I think she's just comfortable now with just saying, okay, if you're gonna do it, then go all the way and do it. You know, for me, it was always, we would get into arguments and stuff about it, but it wasn't me putting forth the 100% that I needed to put it in. You know, my mother always told me, just like the streets, if you're going to get busy in the street, you better be 100% all the way in the street, but you can't live here. And if you're not, then you can be, if you're not going to get busy in the street, then make sure you're 100% out the street and you can live here. So that's how I treat it, man, you know?
Shout out to the real. And that's what anything you believe in, you know what I'm saying? You got to take that leap. I believe in HighlyDishFunctional. I'm taking a leap and bringing this thing in 1,000 different directions. So, and I had to take the full leap and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Fuck it. If we ain't with it, can't get with it, then they gotta go.
And women, and guess what? Women love that. When you take the initiative, say, okay, you know what? Nope, I'm just gonna do it. It's when you have that hesitation. Once you start hesitating, that woman's gonna be, nah, because I ain't gonna have all of you because you hesitating. If you hesitating on this, what you want to really do, then how could you gonna hesitate on the marriage, or you gonna hesitate on, you know what I'm saying, providing and doing what you got to do. So for me, I don't hesitate to do nothing. If I'm gonna do it, my mind is set. I'm gonna do it. That's it.
Yes.
That's
Shout
it.
out to the rip. I got something because you know I'm in the zone.
Notes, quick question regarding the lyrical expression. So the EP. So back in the day when people did EPs, they were pretty much preludes to the album.
Yep.
Is that what's going on with the lyrical expression? When I say that, a lot of the EPs back in the day, they brought a couple songs over, not maybe the full amount, but you got 6 tracks. Are all 6 tracks going to be on the full album? That's part 1. Part 2 is, what made you do the EP first, or instead of just going straight to an album?
So for me, that first question that you asked, it's not leading into the album, but it's a part of my promotion, right? So for me, the lyrical expression is going to be way different than my album cover art that's coming out in June of next year, right? So for 24, what I did was I wouldn't say I relaxed, because I still dropped a couple of singles here and there. But I think for me, I just took that mental break for me to say, okay, I'm gearing up for cover art. Because if you see in the beginning of the year, all the way up until probably now before the lyrical expression dropped, I literally was promoting my album that was coming out in 2025. And I just, for me, I don't think I ever released a boom bap project like this, right? So for me, I just wanted to give people another angle of a different side of Notes 82 and saying, this is my foundation. Boom bap, lyrical. This is where my foundation is, and I can get in that bag anytime I feel like I want to get in that bag. Second question. What was that second question again? I'm sorry. What was that second question that you asked?
Any songs gonna be from the EP onto the
On a
full
new
album?
album.
Oh, no. It's going to be a totally different vibe. I think this time around when I drop this album, this is going to be something special, right? And I've never used that word special when I drop projects. So for me, I took my time. I took all of 24. I actually traveled to Dallas, Texas. I recorded my album out there. I thought I was done with the process of recording it, but I got 2 more songs that I added. That's just me being picky. And it's gonna be an album that's gonna take off. But yeah, the lyrical expression was just something to give to people, just to kind of like, I wouldn't say it's a dump, but it kind of was like one of those projects that I wanted people to see. I can get into that bag when I want to get into that foundation bag. I can get into that bag.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so would you say that your work from the past
Mm-hmm.
has like maybe the future, like has the generation now, have they like influenced you with your work now at all? Like, would you say like there's a big difference? Is there a difference in your work from the past to your work now? Would you say?
So here's my thing about it for me. So like, I'm gonna use my kids as an example, right? Like my son, my 16-year-old, he listens to the stuff that I listen to, right? And I'll be like, that's my twin. But then I'll hear him getting to something different in this field of rap. And he kind of changed my mindset when it comes to these kids nowadays. Because he's like, yes, it's like, Dad, you got to sit down, you got to listen to it. And when you sit down and listen to it, it's some, not all of it. Some of the stuff is the same stuff we're doing, but they're doing it in a different type of expression.
With a little bit of sauce on it.
Yep. So if they harmonizing, it's kind of like, that's not bars, but it's like it really is bars. He's just harmonizing, So, yeah, it's changed my mindset, but I know who I am, as a person. And sometimes it's good. It's just like your peers or people that came up with you.
Absolutely.
You always want to look at them as motivation, but the first thing before you look at them as motivation, I got to look at myself and say, how am I changing and how am I going up the ladder? How am I improving on myself? So I always look to the kids nowadays and say, okay, I like what they're doing. I might take an idea here and there, but you always have to, whatever they're doing, you have to take it and you have to make it your own. That's how I say. That's what I'm gonna say.
Nice. So it's all about perception. Your perception is broadened.
Yes. Okay. It's changed because sometimes for back in the day we can really like that. I don't want to go with that. But at the end of the day, you have to open your mind. Whether it's whack, whether it's good, whether it's not good, you always have to, kind of be like, okay. Because when you get like that, you can fall into that trajectory and people might say, well, you ain't improving on nothing that you got. Why? Because you want to stay in that same bag. And there's nothing wrong remaining in that same bag, but the message has to change. You have to change with the times and not you. I'm saying you as mentally has to change with the times, but you can remain who you are.
Versatility.
And just to branch off that, I like when you get lyrical guys and we talk about different artists and, all that other stuff. All that dumb shit. I like when artists get on those type of songs and those type of tracks. It's great. I wish they would do it more. Yeah. But it's like, right now, it's not like back in the day where everybody can, like you heard Jay on Just to Get By. You know what I mean? I like when that happens.
Yeah.
When that shit happens, it sounds great. So even like when lyrical MCs get on the drill tracks and those type, I don't even know what they call now because I don't listen to it. But when they do, it's beautiful music. When I see the Nas collaborate with the younger generation.
Oh yeah, with Hit Boy. Oh yes, that's definitely a great one right there.
It's beautiful music. It's a beautiful thing, man. And I wish they would do that more instead of, like you said, you don't want to stay there because it's like then you ain't growing. And I wish that more of them do that because if you attract a different audience when you get over there with them and you smash their shit.
Yeah, that's how it is, man. Like it helps you improve as an artist, man. So people always say that ain't for me. Yeah, sometimes stop saying that. Some things are for you. You just don't know. Just go and try it. If you don't try it, how would you know?
Shout out to the real. So what's important to you right now? Let's say what's important to you? What's the most important to you right now in life? When you think about the outlook, you think about your life right now. What's the most important thing?
I'm gonna say my kids, man, and more importantly, I love all my kids. Right, my 8-year-old and my 4-year-old, they have some ways to go, and me and my wife are gonna do what they got to do. But my 16-year-old actually going to college in the next 2 years, is something special to me. That's very important to me, because I never got a chance to go to college and stuff like that. And that was my choice. I just didn't want to do that. You know, college is not for everybody, but for him wanting to be a lawyer, and that's very important to me. So I want to get him to where he needs to be. You know, that's very important to me to you know, have your kids doing the things that they need to be doing, you know? So that's perspective for me right now. Music is always going to be secondary to my family, but it's always going to be the second most important thing to me, after my family. Well, I can't say that because I'm going to put God too. God is first always, man, because without the Most High, I couldn't, without the Most High, I couldn't do, this couldn't be possible. Family, and then, you know, music comes after that.
Shout out to the real. So, your 16-year-old, he doesn't rap anything, nothing, right?
Nah, he don't rap, man. Let me tell you something. He loves hip hop though, but he don't rap. No,
he ain't tried. He ain't say, let me try.
No, he ain't tried, man. I mean, I know for sure he has, which was one of my biggest accomplishments, was having him in my 8-year-old in my video, Martin Malcolm. So having them in the video, that was very important to me, and they played a huge role in that. So
break that down, break down that Martin Malcolm thing.
Yeah.
For the people.
Oh, you say you want to break it down? Okay, so Martin and Malcolm, man, I love this record, man. So Martin and Malcolm came along because I was watching a documentary. I can't remember if it was on Malcolm or it was on Malcolm, but one of them. And I just had a theory of making a song and actually kind of tying it into when they had that secret meeting that everybody talked about, right? And I kind of wanted to be like, maybe they was talking about it in this aspect of, and I broke it down in music. Maybe Martin and Malcolm had a conversation that wasn't what we thought it was. It was something different, you know, that they were going to come together. They weren't going to pass away, and everything was going to be peaches and cream, right?
Like they were together talking about hoes.
Hey, look.
Dysfunctional.
I'm joking. Go ahead.
Hey, look. It's no wrong answer what he's saying. We don't know.
Nah, go ahead. I'm messing with you. Go ahead.
But I'm gonna say that was the whole setup for it. So for me, I was always gonna play the Martin role, and I just needed to find the Malcolm role. And Chris Crown was somebody that never worked with him, right? And I was like, Chris Crown got a dope voice, and I have a thing for knowing who fits on what record with me. Yep. So I kind of reached out to him. This was part of Juve 2022. Well, you know, Juve in New York City, when they have the Eastern Parkway, the parade, and all that other stuff. And he was like, "I'm in the studio right now. I'm a little drunk or whatever like that. But I'm a shoot me the verse and shoot me the chorus, and we gonna go with it." Man, I got that. I don't know if it was the liquor. It might have been the alcohol. But at the end of the day, Chris Crown sent me back that verse probably in the next 30 minutes. And I heard it. It was dope. I put it out. People liked it. And then I was like, I want to shoot a video for it. So, yeah. Yep. That was something special. Martin and Malcolm might be my favorite track that I've ever made, to be honest with you.
Shout out to the real. So are you a drinker or are you a smoker?
I'm none, man. Well, on occasion. On occasion, I get a little drink here and there. My wife, she likes to drink. You know, she ain't an alcoholic, but she likes to drink. But on occasions, I take a drink. Smoking, I kind of left smoking alone when I was young. And there's nothing wrong with that. Because, look, I got a slew of friends that smoke, man, for real, and drink. So there's nothing wrong with it. To each his own, you know?
So how does NOTE82 relax? How does he relax? How does he have a good time?
Man, so my good time is spending time with my kids, taking them to the park, going places, just family time, man. That's enjoyment for me. And when I get a chance to chill out with some of my brothers, which I'm trying to do a trip to New York, because I'm not currently in New York. My job moved me down south, so I'm currently in South Carolina. But when I get a chance to go back to New York, I always go back, and I always have a good time to cut it up with my brothers and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just me, man. It's always gonna be family oriented until I get and I still can party and still do what I gotta do, but I want to get my kids to where they need to be, and then I can do all of that, man. I'm not old, man. I'm not old, man.
So are y'all down there by yourselves? You got other family that's down there?
Well, my pops and my mom's is down here. My pops is originally from Charleston. So, you know, my roots run down here and I got roots in New York, but most of my roots is really in New York because that's where I was born and raised. But I like it, man. I mean, I'm gonna say this. It's the boring life. When people say, well, you said it's boring. I'm like, it is the boring life. It's quiet. You know, I'm used to being a city boy. It's quiet. I like my quiet time now. I gotten used to it. So when I go back to New York, I can always adjust because I'm from there. You know, the fast pace is cool and stuff like that. But I love it here. I really do.
Shout out to the real. Y'all got something? Y'all looking strange. Let's get
Nah,
active.
you good? I got one. What was it? Well, we just did a election edition pod. My question to you is, what's your take on this upcoming election?
It's very important to me because of people like, and I hate saying his name, the orange-faced man, Donald Trump, right? So here's my thing about it. When his talk has always been hate, but when it becomes like the pot boiling over and you don't cut the stove off and you're just letting the water just steep and flow, I can't accept that because I got kids. And what we got to understand is this: that hate talk that's being spewed out and is being kind of blindfolded through the words and him saying stuff, to me, it's still the same language that my great-great-grandmother and them witnessed when they were coming up, you know, but I'll be damned if I'm going to allow that to happen with my kids. So I say to the people in this world, don't just accept anything that people are saying. Sometimes it's good for you to step out on a wing and say something. Like, no, if I don't like something, I don't like it. But that hate talk, I can't stand it. I don't like it. I don't like it for my kids. So I'm not going to say, and I'm going to call her this because I'm going to be respectful, Miss Harris. I'm not going to say I know anything about Miss Harris, but my thing is with her, let's give her a chance. Let's give her a chance because at the end of the day, and I'm not saying this because she's black, I'm just saying this because we can't let that man get back in office. We just can't do that. We can't.
I interviewed a guy, but I ain't put that out. And I'm going to find that clip tonight because, you know, he spaced out on it. And, you know, he said that, you know, it sounds like he wants to correct some of the mistakes he made before. So it's like anything, man. You do it a second time, third time, you get better at it. So who's to say he won't do better? And then when we talk about the hate thing, you know, I think that, you know, all our presidents didn't like us. You know what I'm saying? They all was kind of racist to some degree. And, you know, for me, does that mean that it's not going to be better under them? Because I don't think it's good now. So
it does need some work, like you said, right? But when it comes to him, right, we want to talk about Biden and he's old. Well, Donald Trump is basically out of his mind too. And I'm not talking about on crazy. That man is 78 years old. He's just like Biden. We don't need him. We just don't. We don't need him. We don't need him because what can he do for what? Here's my thing. He wants to correct what he did. And I get it. Sometimes you get a second chance. But you shouldn't have some of the stuff he shouldn't have did in the first place. Barack Obama gave him a plan for the pandemic because they knew they was hearing talks of this happening. And you know what that man did? He basically spit in Barack's face and threw that plan out. And guess what happened? Coronavirus happened. And he did nothing to bring that plan to light. So I can't trust somebody with, I lost my aunt during COVID. I lost a couple of friends through COVID. No, that's not somebody that I want. Because you put us at risk, and that was bad. And you guys know we all went through this together. 2020 was horrible. It was bad. And I'm not saying that it wouldn't have had happened or whatever, because he might not have been the president, and the other president probably would have, whoever the president was, would have threw that plan out. But at the end of the day, you could have given it a look. You didn't give it a look because you really don't like black people. I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm just gonna say it. You really don't like this.
I tell some people think he like black people. I say, you know, he likes the black entertainers and shit like that.
Yeah. He likes who he likes. At the end of the day, we don't know what goes on in that peanut of a brain that he has. I'm just being honest. That's just me.
I mean, I think he believes in the class, though. Like, you know, his people are up here, black people are down.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he talks like that. He talks down. He talks down.
I don't like that talk because I don't, like I said, I don't think I was subjected to that. Maybe that was my upbringing in New York, but I had my father. He came from the South, so he was subjected to that stuff, you know? So I won't have my kids subjected to that. I won't tolerate no hate talk from anybody, even from our people, because we got some people in our culture that look just like us. And I don't like the N-word, and I don't like this. Well, you just the same color as me. And we get pulled over, guess what? If you got a cop that's want to be racist, he's not going to treat you like him. He's going to treat you just like me. So for me, I don't really politics is so like I'm up and down with politics, right? It's just so weird for me. Like
it's rough right now. Conversation is rough right now to have. And they're important to have. I don't know, what it's gonna do. And this election right here feels unpredictable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I felt like Trump was gonna win, and then I feel like this little Swift happened. And I think she gained some momentum right now. So I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Both candidates kind of fumbled publicly a little bit.
Okay.
Did some silly shit.
I got a question for you. Who you voted for?
Donald Trump, man. No, wow. I didn't vote.
Well, so I got a question. Why? Okay, so why didn't you vote?
Well, oh, shit.
I mean, no. I don't think it's no. I
didn't go apply for my rights back. I didn't go apply for my rights back.
Okay.
I think I wasn't gonna do it this time, but I bullshitted around, so I'm not voting. I have never voted. Maybe when I was a kid I voted, but I have never voted in a long time. I was tied up in the prison system for a long time.
I see you. I feel you. I feel what you're saying.
Can I just say this? Because I'm just gonna say this. Like, I hate politics. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't like politics at all, but I feel like everybody is too focused on the individuals. They're too focused on Kamala, too focused on Trump. Like, not for nothing, they're just shells of the role that they have to play at the end of the day. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's taking this too personally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, at the end of the day, the government runs everything. So we can say whatever we want.
Y'all are taking this, y'all making it personal. I feel like at the end of the day. That's all I have to say. I'm not going to say no more. Like, honestly, I'm over it. The whole
situation. Something, I think people, their opinions, I got friends like that, they let their opinions rule them and forget they're just opinions, and people can have different opinions. There's a lot of people like that. Some people won't like your opinion and won't talk to you. Some people don't like people that disagree with them.
Yeah, they can't agree to disagree.
But my thing is, why get so riled? It's every year, every time that we have these elections, everybody's so riled up. Well, get riled up before the elections come here. Why we just got to get riled up when this time is here? Oh, I don't like her. I don't like this. You guys wasn't saying nothing about her or about even him. You wasn't saying nothing about these two, and then all of a sudden, everybody just putting their 2 cents in. They throwing apples at them, throwing oranges at them, and it's like, look, dude. Here's my thing. At the end of the day, when it comes to politics, everybody's opinion matters, but guess who it matters to? You, because it's your opinion. So, and there's no wrong opinions, no right opinions. At the end of the day, here's my thing. Whether Trump gets in, whether she gets in, just play your part. And it don't even have to be you voting. Just play your part. Sometimes the best thing said is not said at all. That's my thing. So you pick whoever you want to pick. If you want to pick Donald Trump, God bless you. If you want to pick, God bless you. My thing is, make a decision on what you want to do. If you don't want to vote, like I like what he said, he didn't vote, right? And he had a reason behind it. And it's nothing wrong with that. People would crucify him because, he didn't vote. He doesn't have to vote.
Right.
He doesn't have to vote.
Well, don't get me wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? Living a regular life, a normal people life is real new to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still getting used to things. I'm still getting used to being, I'm still being used to being free and doing regular people shit. My dad used to tell me all the time, like, oh, you go to the grocery store with your girl. I'm like, I ain't going. I'm like, I ain't going. She's like, you gotta go, man. You gotta go. My dad just said, you gotta do it. You gotta do it.
You free, man. Look, you free. You go and go anywhere you want to go. You free.
Right. So just doing those type of things has been a real different habit for me. And, I'm learning. So, maybe next election I get into it. But when we talk about the election and, the president, I don't even think that's the most important thing. We're talking about
no, it's not.
The Congress, these people that sit in office for decades, man, for years, for their whole life, they sit there getting rich, their pockets up, and, they ain't doing nothing. And I don't even know how to break them. You know what I'm saying? How do you break them? Those same old white people that sit in office, get them out of there. They still there, and they're the problem. The ones that pass the laws and all that stuff is the same people.
Because they always want to hold on to that glory. They always want to be glorified for the things that they did in the past.
They get to stay in the shadows, really.
Yeah.
They need to get out of there. We need some new blood in here. That's why.
That's why they push the. That's why they push Harris and Trump to the forefront. Like it's them pulling the strings. Like I'm just over it, honestly.
The president to me is, you think they're puppets, man. That they got the hand in their back and they moving them however they want.
Everything. They get the good and the bad. So
Yep.
And when you get to black people and growing up in households, we didn't know enough about politics. If I would have knew this, I would have been a congressman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't even know, you know what I'm saying? You didn't even think this type of stuff was possible. We knew about who the president was, the governor, the mayor. And until we got older, that's about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody trained us to, study politics and get in there young and make changes and make differences. That wasn't taught to me as a kid. It wasn't taught in my family. And, seeing
it's all about the lobbyists, too. The lobbyists are the ones who are pushing that needle, and it's the lobbyists who have that money to go up to these congressmen and be like, hey, we got X amount. This is what we need you to push. Exactly. And that's what's moving that needle, which is, it's crazy.
I didn't even get to that point. I wish I knew that. I would have been doing that.
Right.
Yeah. Everybody got an agenda, man. So that's the sad part about it. Those agendas are meant to help us out. It's meant to help them out. So a lot of people got to understand that. That's why you got to be you got to be grounded, man. Because if you're not, man, this world will tear you apart, man. So that's why I'm glad I have somebody to go to spiritually and talk to. I talk to the Most High all the time, and to guide me and help me on this journey, because this journey is and the world has become, the world was crazy when we was coming up, but the world has become evil. It really has.
Spooky as hell.
Yes. So it's very dangerous, and that's why you have to be solid, when you walk out this door and go into this world, because you got a lot of people out here that they don't get that. We're on a journey, and this is not our final place that we're going to. We're pushing to go somewhere further than this, So if you're just satisfied with saying I'm living a life of Raleigh here, then you highly mistaken, because that's not what this is all about.
That's a fact.
So shout out to the real. Let's get back to this hip hop thing. You talk about Nas, you talk about you. What's your favorite Nas lyric or verse?
I like the chorus that he did on I Gave You Power. Ooh. How you like me now? I go
black. That was pretty good. That's your favorite Nas joint?
I love Nas.
Yes, that's my
state of mind.
I mean, but look what he did and Gave You Power. He rapped as a gun. He rapped as a gun.
Amazing.
That's amazing.
Fucking amazing the way he did that.
Or I can do you better. And I don't think Rewind was better than that one, but Rewind was crazy. He did a song where he told a story backwards.
He's a fucking storyteller.
That was all right.
What?
Come on, man.
Come on, watch it. That's Nas.
I like Nas. I like Nas.
Day, yo.
I like Nas. He's kind of boring.
Oh, nah, don't do that, man.
I like more Nas now than I did back then. I like Illmatic, and it was written.
No. Okay. So look. I'm gonna tell you something. They might crucify me. I loved Illmatic, but I think It Was Written is better than Illmatic.
Absolutely.
I'm just being honest.
I agree with you.
It Was Written is better than Illmatic. I'm being honest.
Hands down.
It Was Written. I liked it. I Am too. I liked it. I Am.
Hands down.
Nostradamus? Nah.
I didn't really care for Nostradamus after this. After it's true.
When I think about storyteller, I think of Biggie. Biggie's the greatest storyteller.
Yeah.
That's the greatest storyteller, man.
Look here. Big is on my top 5, right?
Of course.
And I think I'm just being honest. As a kid, man, I thought Big is still the greatest to me, right? But he's not my GOAT. He's the greatest, but he's not my GOAT. Nas is my GOAT, right?
Nas is my GOAT.
Yes. Now, Big.
Everybody knows me, knows that Nas. That's my favorite. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, Big, right? I just feel like Big is up there. Big was on a different level. Don't get me wrong, man.
No, Big is absolutely.
Yeah, Big said some questionable stuff though, man. Now that I think about it, now that I got older, man.
They're running
Like
it back. They're running it back nowadays. Now they're running all that back.
You gonna hold that against the people?
No. We're not gonna debate. We're not gonna debate about Big. Big is in my top 5. I'm never gonna debate that. You know, never.
The agenda, got the suitcase up in the central, all of room 112.
But here's the thing.
That's the hardest story ever.
But we got to say this, though. When you give credit to Nas, and this is why I think Nas is the GOAT, right? The transcending of eras, decades of being still, when you drop something, being consistent and people still consider Nas the GOAT, you got to give it to Nas, man.
He aged well. He aged well.
He has aged well.
His music aged well, too.
And that's the
don't age well.
And that's the question we can't say about Big. We can't get those answers about Big because Big life was cut so short.
Yeah.
So I wish I was able to see what Big was. I know where Big was going. I knew where Big was going, but I wanted to see where he would have transcended decades from now if he still would have lived.
I'm gonna put Pun with Big. I'm sorry, but
absolutely not.
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it.
I would put Big L before Pun on that list.
I'm gonna put Pun in my top 5 for sure, though. For sure. That's me though. That's me personally.
I'm not gonna say you wrong. I just feel for me, I'm not.
I feel
I'm
like
not
he
gonna
was
put Pun
cut
over
short
Big.
too.
He definitely was. He definitely was
cut short too.
I would say this: he's the best Puerto Rican rapper, Spanish rapper of all time. I'll say that.
Puerto Rican. So shout out to the So what's your favorite verse that you ever?
Because you don't have to put that. I just feel like that's me though, because I feel like he was an awesome lyricist. I'm sorry.
Yo, Nani, we left that.
All right. Okay. Sorry.
You don't want to talk about Pun?
Did I come back to that? I did. I'm sorry.
What's your favorite verse that you ever wrote?
My favorite verse that I ever wrote. It's called December 9th, because that was a rap. And it's just about my life. December 9th, 82, another soldier is born. Christopher H. had a son. Mama stay strong, another baby to this world. I know my brother was vexed because he loved me like a father, but I showed him respect. I reminisce about these times because I know where I'm from. The slums of Projects Ghetto, niggas nothing but guns. I grew up nothing perfect. Forget it, I'm breathing. Tell the hood that I'm around. If I die, I'll be leaving. I told my moms if I die, if she dies, believe me, I'm grieving. I want to go before my father couldn't handle his death. So that is just, I'm saying that's because it's personal. It's personal, you know? It's showing you where I was from. It's giving you my birthday, December 9th, and it's taking you on a journey with my moms and my pops. So it's a whole story, man. That's that. And look, you should know this. Nas is my GOAT. You should know this.
Yes.
Man.
I love storytellers.
Yes.
Yeah, you tell a lot of stories. Get in line, punk. Anyway, shout out to the real. Anyway, that's another story. That's highly dysfunctional. Get in line, punk. Anyway, so boo.
Okay.
Yo, shout out to the real. So we talk about growing up in Brooklyn, man. What's the craziest thing you ever seen or been through?
Ooh, so craziest thing I've ever been through, coming from church with my mother. I probably was 5. And my brother was probably 10, coming home from church, Bible school, and we get out the car. Somebody's walking behind us. A car pulls up and starts letting off. And my mother grabs me and my brother and runs a little bit and then takes us to the ground. I can remember that like it was yesterday.
Have any idea who they were shooting at?
I guess the dude behind us, because they damn sure wasn't shooting at us. I know that for sure.
That is crazy. How old was
you? You were 5.
I probably was 5.
What about you, Nadi? What's the craziest thing you ever been through?
Oh, God. I don't know if I want to disclose that. I've been through a couple of crazy situations. The craziest, I would say. Probably definitely something dealing with a shooting. I'm going to be honest.
That's not what I wanted.
I didn't want to go into detail. I mean...
This is the show. You telling part of your story too. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring you to life here. You don't want to come to life. You want to sit there. Shout out to
say probably it had to do definitely with my baby father in the shooting.
Oh.
Yeah. There was a situation.
Well, I
Hold
guess we
on,
got
hold on. Who was doing the shooting?
My baby father was doing the shooting.
Okay.
You shoot you?
Not at me, no.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't shooting at me, but he was shooting at somebody.
Oh yeah, I got it. I trust me, I know.
Shout out to the real. We shoot people here.
Yeah, I mean, there's shooters on deck. There's shooters on deck.
We shoot people.
Get in line, punk. So let me say, any crazy.
Get in line, punk.
What's the most when you think about notes, when you think about 82, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think about yourself? One word, one sentence.
When I think about me as an artist,
anything, person, artist, first word, first sentence.
I'm gonna go nostalgic.
Break that down.
So nostalgic, man, is I'm just I'm a throwback to the era of hip hop, the beginning of hip hop. I'm just a throwback, man. So I think everything that I do, and even in life, I have an old soul, man. I always do it for the benefit, not benefit. I always do it for the love of the Lord. That's how I look at it, man. So I always do everything I do is for the Most High's approval, you know. So that's what I'm gonna say about nostalgic.
There's no ratchet rap on your album?
Nah, man, I can't do that, man.
I'm just
asking.
Can't do it. People might want to know.
I can't do it, man.
Ratchet rap.
Ratchet rap. I mean, you know, so
he's probably talking about like what's her name? Sexy Red.
Sexy Red.
Yeah, I can't.
No, I'm not talking about girls.
I don't hear
you ever had a song
like
you
Sexy
just
Red now.
all right, nah, man, I'm not talking about that. Like, you know, like I said, I know Saigon. He's a he wants to be, you know, that type of rapper, but he has songs where he's going ham and he's tearing shit up and he's whooping ass and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Do you have any songs?
I know Saigon was on that time now. I didn't know that. I always thought him to be. I didn't know he was on that type of time now. I'm sorry.
What do you mean? Like what?
Saigon? You say ratchet?
Saigon? I mean, he had his ratchet moments. Yeah, he has songs, he has freestyles where he's killing shit, he's beating shit up, and I used to be like, you know,
okay.
you know,
right.
You're a positive rapper, you're about lifting the community, you know what I'm saying? So then he has the other ones, Purple and Blue and all that other stuff. So that's what he loves to do. But he has times where he reverts.
Right. Okay.
So you might have an alter ego too, where you just
Nah, I think I'm good. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I'm good.
I'm not saying I don't think it can happen, but I'm good right now.
You mentioned Phife Dawg in one of your rhymes.
Yes.
Why?
Tribe is my inspiration, man. I love Tribe, man. I think Midnight Marauders and people always be like, yo, let's debate. Midnight Marauders is in my top 5 albums, hip hop albums of all time.
Better than
Hands
Theory?
down.
Better than Theory?
I'm gonna say better than Theory. It's just, but here's my thing. This is just my opinion. It's just my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Your opinion is all that matters.
Yeah, I don't want to, because then this is gonna make me change my mind, and I'm like, I'm going. So Midnight Marauders, definitely, man. I'm definitely I'm all of their fans, but I definitely was a Phife Dawg fan, man. Really.
I can see that. So I mean, I kind of, you know, got the same kind of bop.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. I do. When I heard you say it, I was like, oh shit.
Okay.
So when you think about classic groups in hip hop, and you said Tribe is your favorite group, what other groups you would say you would put that up there with them? Because we talked about top 5 MCs, all that. What other groups you can rival Tribe?
I'm definitely gonna do the Clan.
Clan or Wu Clan?
Huh? The Wu-Tang Clan.
All right, Wu-Tang Clan.
So I'm gonna go Wu-Tang. I'm definitely gonna go Outkast.
Outkast.
I'm gonna go to Locks.
The Locks.
And I'm trying to think. I don't want to miss nobody because And it's not to say that anybody that I don't mention, not to say that they're not great. You know what I mean? But those ones that I mentioned, they kind of stand out.
No Mobb Deep?
Yeah, Mobb Deep can go in there. Mobb Deep can go in there. Definitely
What about,
Mobb Deep.
we got to go back in the day. Who else is back in the day?
Well, I'm going to go Nori and Capone, too. CNN. I'm going to go with CNN.
CNN. That's classic.
I'm going to go with CNN.
I liked both of their albums. I liked the War Report and the War Report. I liked both of those joints. To me, good together more than they sound. I liked the lyricism and Nori with the silly shit. Nori's nice with the beats and hooks.
Yeah.
Boy, he was.
Yeah.
So I liked that. So yeah, I give you that one. What about you, Chad? You got another group you can add in there? Because I liked the Onyx. Nobody talks about that.
You said Onyx?
Yeah. Them first two albums hard. I don't think they ever had a whack album. Them first three.
What about, let's take it back to the earlies with
De La.
Pay homage to, De La. Absolutely.
De La.
Yeah. I say De La.
What about Run DMC?
Yeah.
We grew up off that, but that has a different feel because I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? That's a different feel. I was like 7, 8 or something. I don't know. So as a teenager, those are the kind of things that shaped my rap. So when
I'm gonna go Def Squad too, man. I like what they had going on.
Def Squad.
Def Squad. They should have had more albums.
Yes, they
did more albums together. I don't know what was wrong with their business on there. Shout out to Redman. That's one of my favorite artists of all time.
Red low key. I'm not mad if Red is in your top 5. I'm being honest with you.
He's always gonna be nice. He's still right now.
Yep.
You don't have no respect
on the pod. Shout out to Redman. Come on the pod.
Yeah, y'all get Red on here, man. I'm definitely tuned in for that. I'm tapped in for that.
We're gonna get them on. We're gonna definitely get them on here. Definitely gonna get them on. Shout out to the real. So when you talk about success right now, we talk about children, we talk about rap. For this year's about to be a rap. So let's say the next 5 months. What would we say the next 5 months will happen? Things that gotta happen for this year to be a success. We're already at the end, so I think it comes out next year.
I just feel for me, man, like I said, I think just the traction and the love that I've gotten from the Lyrical Expression EP, I'm just gonna ride that out for the rest of the year. And I'm trying to shoot a video. I'm trying to think between Hip Hop for Wishing or Welcome to America that I want to shoot a video for. And then once January hits, that's it. It's straight cover art, promoting cover art all the way up until the time it drops. I am doing an album release party in New York City in June because that's when the album actually drops.
And we got to be invited.
Hey, man, I'll definitely stay in contact. I mean, it's gonna be. I'm thinking that June the 27th, I'm having a party, and then June 28th, the album will drop. And then I'm planning on doing some radio runs and promotion and interviews. Because I'm gonna be in New York for that whole week and a half, just promoting the album.
Do it in person. Then we got to do it in person.
Yeah, we can. Absolutely. We can definitely.
By then, we should be bigger, better, and blacker, and more highly dysfunctional. So let me ask you something. What's the most highly dysfunctional thing you ever been through?
The most highly
when I say dysfunctional, it could be funny, it could be weird, it could have been a date, could have been anything.
I'm trying to see. I think the highly so I'm gonna tell the story. So when I got married, me and my wife, we went down to City Hall, we got married, right? So shout out to my homeboy Bardell, man. We the Macy's that's downtown Brooklyn. Well, I think they're about to get rid of that Macy's. I'm not sure, but I heard something about that. But so we went to the courthouse. You know the courthouse is down there. We wanted to go to Macy's. My wife wanted to we was gonna get a couple of wedding gifts, whatever. So her and her homegirl, and at the time my son was probably like maybe 6, 7 months, but whatever. Anyway, so they get off at the floor. We go to the next floor. We get on the we go on the next floor. We get back on the elevator. It's a dude in there that works there, flamboyant, because I'm not going to say that. I don't want to get into that. You know what I mean by flamboyant, right? Mm-hmm. So we get on the elevator. I got the carriage. Well, as soon as I get on with the carriage, he's just talking under his breath. Oh, man. I'm like, and I mean, usually when I was younger, I kind of like wouldn't let stuff go. I just had to say something. And I'm just like, man, you kind of awfully breathing kind of hard and you're talking under your breath. And you can hear a couple of things he's saying, and I think he's directing it to us. And he says, I don't care. You can't talk to me that way. I'll throw this coffee on you. I was like, okay. So my homeboy was like, you know, my real name is Kendall. You know, they know me as Notes, but he's like, don't worry about it. Cool out. It's cool. F you and the baby. I'm about to go punch this dude now. He, no, chill out. So the funny thing, I heard one of the ladies call my name, and it's one of my teachers from high school, which was crazy to me. And she's like, you need to chill out, relax. Okay. He's like, I don't care, F your baby, da, da, da. So my homeboy said, don't worry about it. When we get to this floor, you know what's going to happen. I already know what that means. But for me, it's like, I got my baby with me, right? So the dysfunctional part comes. I'm all in to whip this guy's ass. So, okay. So we get to that floor. Everybody gets off the elevator. Yeah. The lady's like, I could watch the baby. And I'm like, no, I don't know. You was my teacher in high school. I don't know why you watching my baby. You take this baby, I'm going to taste you. So she's like, all right. So she watched him. He thinks the door closed. My homeboy puts his foot in the elevator door. Elevator door opens up. Now it's just on. So he has a coffee in his hand, right? Because he's like, I throw the coffee on you. So he looking at me, and I got raised in my eyes. Before I knew it, my homeboy just caught him. Coffee flies, falls on him. Screaming, acting crazy. So we just beating him up, me and him, boom, 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 wow. Beating him up, right? So Marnell just tearing him up, boom, boom. I'm coming out because I got to get my son. I get my son. I pull to the side. Marnell's like he tired or whatever like that. He pulls back. When he turns his back, the dude is reaching for a knife and pulls out a knife. And Marnell, I said, Marnell, you got to watch it. He take off running. They running through the store. He pushing the rack so he don't get stabbed. And then luckily the security guard seen it on tape, came up, they grabbed the dude. Y'all about to do all this other stuff. And the guy was like, y'all under arrest, y'all under arrest. And then the guy on the side was like, no, they good. It was him the whole time. So they took him. The dysfunctional part was, mind you, I told y'all, my wife and her friend was on the other floor. So we come down on the elevator, we get off. Marnell's shirt is ripped. I'm out of breath. I'm holding it, baby. She's like, what the hell happened? Y'all have my baby here? So that was very dysfunctional.
And this is before you got married?
No, this is after we came from the, mind
after
you,
the courthouse.
After the courthouse. I got a shirt, a tie on, nice black, you know.
That's how you knew y'all was gonna be together forever, man. you need a crazy dysfunctional story, some shit like that to work out.
Hey, man,
you don't have a dysfunctional meeting somewhere, it ain't gonna work out.
That's very dysfunctional, man. And to this day, me and him will tell that story. We'll start cracking up. Like he's like, you know, we really beat this guy up. I'm like, dude. He said, "Would you do that nowadays?" I said, "I don't know if I would change the story, man, because he was kind of talking crazy. Mm-hmm. To say you gonna throw coffee on me and you don't do it, you gonna get it, man, for real."
And he convinced you, so he deserved it. Shout out to the real lyrical expression.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it. What's your favorite track on lyrical expression?
Hip Hop Fruition.
Hip Hop Fruition, and tell us why.
Because Hip Hop Fruition, it brought another side out of me when it came to like the boom bap hardcore rap. You know, so I think that's why I liked it so much. You know, Welcome to America probably would be my second because it was just a message behind Welcome to America. You know, and if you listen to what I'm saying on the hook, you know, it would be. But Hip Hop Fruition it just did something different for me this time.
Shout out to the real. So
is that why you got the real quick? Is that why the placements 1 and 2?
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So tell me why they should go check out Lyrical Expression and Notes 82.
You should go check out the Lyrical Expression EP by Notes 82 because I'm giving you something that I feel like the game is missing when it comes to being authentic. And I'm not talking about our legends and our superheroes that we grew up on. I just think nowadays you don't have people giving a message in music. And I think every track that I put on the EP gave you a message in music. If you really think about it, Hip Hop Fruition, you hear words like fruition. You hear words like Welcome to America. You hear words like rap phenomenon and, you know, Can I Kick It? It kind of brings you back to those times that we grew up on. Like Can I Kick It is one of those songs that literally is from Tribe. It's from the Tribe. You know, can I kick it? Let me kick it. I'm gonna kick these rhymes for you. I just want you to sit back and hear me kick these rhymes, and you tell me what you think at the end of these rhymes. So, Lyrical Expression EP is something special from Notes82. So, yeah, go get it. Go get the Lyrical Expression EP, and you tell me what you think. You can find me anywhere on social media. Notes82 _ Notes82, Facebook, Notes82 TikTok. And you tell me, hit me in the DM, be like, yo, Notes, I'm feeling that EP. You know what I mean? Whether you buy it, whether you download it, whether you stream it, give me that honest feedback. That's what I want from the people.
Thank you. And one more thing, I need you to say shout out to the real Highly Dysfunctional.
Shout out to the real Highly Dysfunctional. So
thank you for coming on the show. Notes82, Lyrical Expression. Naughty the Body, welcome to the party.
Shout out to the fam.
I'll see y'all again. It's been a hell of a week. I'm glad it's over. Get in line.
Salute, y'all.
I'm out of here.
All right.
Hey.
Hey.